What is going on, everybody? It's JetsCentral coming back with another video. Finally, over the past week, I would say I was having some technical difficulties. Couldn't save any videos. It didn't really matter if it was a 20-minute video or if it was a 2-minute video. Just couldn't save the videos. And I ended up switching softwares completely, and now I'm using QuickTime. I heard a lot of good things about it. Actually, I have a couple buddies that use it, and I'm hoping the audio and the visual, it all kind of stays relatively the same because I do like the current setup. So, want to apologize for that. I know it was really inconvenient because there was a lot of news that needed to be talked about, and I will talk about that. I will cover everything within the coming days. But right now in this video, I'm going to be kind of recapping, giving you guys my opinions, my thoughts, my analysis on the 2018 New York Jets draft class. Kind of just going through how I like the players, how I like the picks, and giving you guys a late round sleeper. So with that being said, let's hop right in. So the first pick, third overall, we selected quarterback out of USC, Sam Darnold. Obviously, traded up from 6 to 3. Now, it's kind of funny. I want to say this. Everybody that's not a Jets fan said this move was a horrible move when Mike Maccagnan jumped up from 6 to 3. But the Jets fans were once again right. Huge move made by Mike Maccagnan. Beautiful move. It was incredible, giving up 3 second-round picks and the 6th overall draft pick to move up from 6 to 3. Yes, it is a lot of capital, but at the end of the day, the New York Jets landed the franchise quarterback, the quarterback that they envision being the guy for the next 10 to 15 seasons. Sam Darnold, being able to land Sam Darnold was a huge get for the New York Jets. Me personally, I wanted Josh Rosen because I've been sold on Josh Rosen, and I've watched every single snap that he is, or every single play that he has had in college football for the past 2 seasons. I've really been sold on Rosen. I still think he'll do great things for the Arizona Cardinals. But nevertheless, Sam Darnold's a New York Jet. Sam Darnold is the number one, or the consensus number one pick on a lot of teams' boards. He was the number one quarterback on a lot of draft experts' big boards. So bottom line is that the New York Jets needed a quarterback. We got a pretty highly regarded one coming out of USC, and we didn't have to move up to the number one pick. The Browns took Mayfield, the Giants took Saquon Barkley, and then the Jets were sitting there with their choice between Rosen and Darnold. They thought their best option moving forward was Sam Darnold. Okay, so take it how you want it, but the New York Jets got their guy. And I think news broke yesterday that he's going to be wearing number 14, so that's actually good to know for those of you guys who are going to go get his jersey. So Sam Darnold, I love the pick. Admittedly, I did want Josh Rosen, but at the end of the day, Sam Darnold's a New York Jet. He is a quarterback. We need a quarterback, and he does have a lot of promising attributes about him that I do like. The it factor, he's mobile. Okay, he is a big-bodied quarterback. He's tough. He's going to keep his head down. He's going to come in and work. He's had a lot of success at the college football level. He really had to elevate the teammates at USC and the coaching staff. I mean, when you take a look at USC's offense, it was really like a upgraded high school offense. It wasn't complex at all. So I really feel like if you throw the playbook at Sam Darnold, maybe he could take it and run with it, okay? And you're pairing him up next to Josh McCown and Teddy Bridgewater, 2 great leaders, 2 great guys that have faced or have had some success and some failures, or not failures, but I should say faced some adversity. So those 2 guys right there are going to be perfect for Samuel Darnold to learn off of, throughout minicamp, training camp, and preseason, whatnot. And then obviously leading into the season, whether or not Darnold's the starter or not. So overall, I love the pick by Sam Darnold. Moving on to round 3, we picked up Nathan Shepard out of a D2 school, okay? And there was a lot of speculation about this pick, like, why are the New York Jets taking a guy from a small school? There was still some pretty solid prospects on the board, or bigger named prospects, the guys that you typically hear about throughout the draft prospects, whether it be through radio, internet, or TV. And the Jets left a lot of those guys on the board to snag Nathan Shepard. And to be honest with you, when we picked him, I didn't know him. I mean, it's not like I hated the pick or anything like that. I actually liked it when we picked him because I thought the position of need, it was going to be crucial, and I liked his size. And I remember when we picked him, the name didn't pop or stand out to me. But I remember I went up to Mobile for the Senior Bowl, and I remember he went up against Will Hernandez, and he actually put it. I mean, he did really well against Will Hernandez in the one-on-ones. And I gotta say, after kind of researching the kid, looking into his highlights, his tape, and just his overall background, I love this pick. I think Shepard was number either 42 or 47 on Mike Mayock's, one of the kings of the draft analysts. He was number 42 or 47 on his board. Okay, so this is a highly talented player who was kind of stuck in the small school, didn't really get recognized too much, but I mean, this guy was getting double teamed left and right all game and was still making a huge impact. So maybe not immediately, but I want to see how this guy plays in preseason. Okay, maybe now that this guy's going up against single blockers, okay, how will this guy fare? And if he does end up being double teamed all the time, all it's going to do is free up McClendon and Leo Williams. So overall, love the pick. Moving on, Chris Herndon, tight end of Miami. Again, another player that has a high upside. Okay, he's really athletic. He is still raw, and I know he's coming off that injury. Excuse me. But overall, we're adding talent to this tight end room, which I like. Okay, bottom line is the New York Jets have not utilized the tight end position correctly over the past, I want to say, 5 seasons. We haven't. The tight end position hasn't really been a cornerstone of the team. It really hasn't, whether it be with coaching staff issues, Chan Gailey, or talent issues, just not having good enough players in the building. But it's obvious, Mike McCagnon is going out there trying to acquire a talent, whether the talent is more of an athletic pass catching tight end, more of a receiving tight end, or more of a blocking tight end. I know we got Clive Walford from Oakland. We got Bucky Hodges, formerly of the Vikings at Virginia Tech. Now we drafted Herndon. We already had Eric Tomlinson. Yes, we did let ASJ walk. But at the end of the day, McCagnon is adding talent to this tight end room because we're trying to figure this thing out. Moving on to the later rounds, I think one of the biggest steals, I see a lot of Jets fans loving this pick. It's Perry Nickerson, cornerback from Tulane. This guy, I did not know much about him. I did not know much about him. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I didn't know much about him. And when we picked him, I was actually, technically I was doing the reaction video. It ended up not being able to save to the computer. But after looking at his measurables, looking at his size, and diving into his tape, I love this pick. I really do. Everybody's saying, especially Pro Football Focus, that this guy is an absolute steal in the 6th round. Huge pickup. Can play on the outside, can play on the inside. Has a 4.3 speed. Blew everybody away at the combine. Has a lot of tape. He is a turnover machine at Tulane. And overall, I think this might be my favorite pick in the draft, pound for pound. So I love it. I love this Nickerson pick. I think this guy can be really good. Again, maybe not comes at, I don't really think he's going to come in and be the number 2 guy or number 3 guy immediately. But I think maybe next season or in 2019 he could take over that nickel, that number 3 cornerback role that Buster Skrine currently plays. So overall, I love this draft. Okay, I really do. I think the Jets upgraded at a lot of positions. I think we brought some talent in on certain positions. We also drafted a defensive tackle out of UConn and a running back. I forget where he played. I think it was another Division II school. But anyway, we're adding talent to this room. And it can't be ignored that the New York Jets landed their franchise quarterback, or who they hope to be the franchise quarterback. So overall, love the draft. If I have to put a letter on it, I would say it's A-. I'm going to give it an A-. So let me know down in the comments section. I apologize for all the coughing. Dealing with a little bit of a cold. Let me know down in the comments section your guys' thoughts on this draft class. And who's your favorite pick? I would say pound for pound, my favorite pick was Nickerson, cornerback from Tulane. And if you haven't checked out any of his tape, go check it out. You won't be disappointed. You're going to get hyped up. I mean, I think I watched 3 tapes and it's some highlight videos of Nickerson after we picked him, and I got to say, I was pumped up. So, A-, New York Jets draft. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and go Jets.